Well, this will be my third video of the day. And I'm having a very difficult time with what Kash Patel has done. Lavoie, he was my friend. He treated me with respect. He was kind to me, like everybody else. I talked to him every day for almost a month. We prayed together. We talked what was happening out there at the refuge and what may be our inevitable demise. And I've never told anybody this. Part of it I told people, but Lavoie told me he didn't expect to go home. And I didn't want to hear that. But when I never told anybody, I didn't expect to either. I love those men. I love Lavoie. I love Ammon, Ryan, Mel. They're the best men I've ever known. I found a brotherhood out there that I'd never experienced in my life. Where men, young men, were willing to give their life for other people. Dwight and Stephen Hammond. Not just them, but anybody and everybody the government was abusing. They were willing to give their lives for everybody that was out there at the refuge. They were willing to give their life for me, and I was willing to give my life for them. Brotherhood. I hope every man gets to experience that type of brotherhood because it is so special. And all my memories have come back. The memories of Lavoie with his family there. And the looks on their face, their concerned looks. Jeanette. And when he walked them all back to the car. Walked down that road, he had the child over his shoulders and the rest of his kids and his wife around him. I remember that. And it was like the last thing I saw of him. And he was such a good man. Oh my gosh. Just, we talked quite a bit. And it was always this uplifting conversation about God and Jesus and the Constitution and America and what we had to do to fix it. And he had some keen insights there. And his whole thing was to fix America. His whole thing. Read his book, Only by Blood and Suffering. He knew what was coming. And he wanted to save America. He wanted to save people and protect people. And he gave his life for that. They took his life. They took his life, an innocent man. One of the most God-fearing, God-loving men I've ever known. He's a returned missionary for the Mormon Church. He held responsible positions in the church. He had a wonderful family. He was a man that took other children in And what was neat about Lavoie, he just didn't take them in to get the money. He took them in to teach them on that ranch. He taught them ranching. He taught them everything that he could think of about ranching. He told me this. Rounding up cattle, branding cattle, feeding cattle, watering cattle. He tried to give them a future. That's the kind of man he was. And it's hit me really hard. It hit me really hard then, because I grew up in a broken home. I love my dad, but my dad shouldn't have children. I love him, but he was an alcoholic. He was an abusive man, physically, emotionally abusive. And I hardly ever felt that I had a father for most all my life. It wasn't until many years later that I kind of accepted him, I guess. And to see men like that treated their children the way they do, and love them and hug them and discipline them when they needed it. It's a rare, rare thing, and willing to give their life. Ammon Bundy, Ryan Bundy, Mel Bundy, they're willing to give their life for America and for true principles, for God. And there was other men out there too that were the same way. You know, they weren't the only ones. Carl Koenigs was there, my son was there, Nick. There was quite a few others, and there was quite a few informants too. Yeah, there was quite a few informants there. So I had hopes for this administration. I had hopes for the FBI and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi and the DOJ, head of the DOJ. I had hopes. They're gone. My hopes are gone. My hopes are gone for this entire administration. I do not trust them at all. There's something going on that is nefarious. I'm quite convinced of it. So, Lavoie, I know you're there. I know you're on the other side and you're still working for us. We're going to need your help. We're going to need your help, and all the angels you can gather together. We're going to need it. We're in a bad place. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.